The bullet that ends you is rarely fired from the trenches of your declared enemy. It does not come from the barbarian screaming at your fortress walls. It is chambered in the weapon hidden by the man sharing your bread, pouring your drink, and echoing your laughter. We are evolutionarily conditioned to scan the horizon for the predator, to fear the shadow in the alleyway. But Niccolò Machiavelli, the architect of power who understood the brutal machinery of human nature better than any soul in history, knew the cold reality. The stranger cannot destroy you because you never grant the stranger access. You build high ramparts against your foes. You bolt your iron doors against thieves. But for friends, you lower the drawbridge. You lift the portcullis. You expose the soft, unprotected underbelly of your psyche. And that is why betrayal, when it arrives, is never a duel. It is a slaughter. Most men wait until the knife is already twisting between their ribs to realize they were sleeping beside a viper. They wait for the collapse. But Machiavelli warned us across the centuries, he who wishes to deceive will never fail in finding those who are willing to be deceived. You are under surveillance. Your generosity is being calculated. Your trust is being appraised against a market value of utility. And if you do not learn to perceive the cold calculation behind the warm smile, you are already a corpse walking. Today, we are not discussing toxic friendships. We are not discussing hurt feelings. Those are fragile terms for fragile people. We are discussing survival. We are going to conduct a forensic dissection of the traitor before the crime is committed. We will examine the Machiavellian markers, those microscopic tremors that betray a person's true motive long before they strike. You will learn the 3 taxonomies of the hidden adversary. You will learn the pressure test, a silent method to shatter their mask without uttering a syllable of accusation. And you will learn how to neutralize them, not by engaging in war, but by becoming a mirror they are terrified to look into. But a warning is required. This process demands that you execute a part of yourself. You must murder the naive child within you that desperately wants to be liked, the part that clings to the fantasy that all humans possess a good heart. Machiavelli wrote, "A man who wishes to make a profession of goodness in everything must necessarily come to grief among so many who are not good." If you wish to outlast the wolves, you cannot remain a sheep. You must evolve into something else, something colder, something capable of observing the world not as you fantasize it to be, but exactly as it is. Are you prepared to stare into the abyss? Because once the veil is lifted, you can never return to the comfort of the illusion. Why do they do it? Why does the friend you pulled from the gutter plot to dismantle your career? Why does the confidant you supported through tragedy smirk when your life unravels? You ask yourself, what was my sin? And that is your first fatal error. You are viewing reality through the lens of morality. You are thinking in terms of loyalty, honor, and debt. The Machiavellian views the world through the lens of physics, necessity, and cause and effect. Machiavelli stated with brutal clarity, "Men are ungrateful, fickle, pretenders and dissemblers, shunning danger and greedy for gain." He did not say some men. He did not say evil men. He said men. This is the baseline of human nature. The counterfeit friend does not betray you because they despise you. They betray you because you are an obstacle, or because you are combustible fuel for their own ascent. It is not personal. It is arithmetic. You must grasp the concept of the zero-sum ego. For the vast majority, your elevation feels like their degradation. When you ascend, they feel diminished. It is a psychological law of gravity. If we stand on the same plateau, we are equals. We are safe. But if you take a step upward, you secure the wealth, the status, the acclaim. The chasm between us widens. That chasm generates anxiety. It breeds envy. And envy is the most lethal venom in the human emotional spectrum because it is silent. Anger roars. Envy whispers. Machiavelli observed that men are so simple and so obedient to their immediate necessities that a deceiver will never lack victims. The fake friend obeys their immediate hunger, the hunger to feel superior, the hunger to regain the reins of control. They will applaud you in the public square, but their eyes remain dead. They will offer assistance, but only the specific kind that shackles you to their influence. They are not your allies. They are parasites waiting for the host to stumble. Consider the Pazzi conspiracy in Renaissance Florence. The Pazzi family were not strangers to the Medici. They were intimates. They broke bread together. They conducted trip together until Easter Sunday, 1478. During High Mass in the cathedral, the Pazzi drew their blades on the Medici brothers while they were bowed in prayer. Why that location? Why that specific second? Because it was the moment of maximum vulnerability, the moment the shield was lowered. That is the biological imperative of the fake friend. They do not strike your armor, they wait for you to kneel. So how do we identify the spy in your inner sanctum before the steel enters your back? We look for the glitches in the simulation. We hunt for the 3 specific archetypes that Machiavelli would have identified from across a crowded banquet hall. You cannot defeat what you cannot define. The fake friend is not a monolith. They come in different skins, different flavors of toxicity. If you categorize them, you disarm them. Archetype 1. The echo, the courtier. Machiavelli held a special disdain for flatterers. He devoted an entire chapter of The Prince to shielding oneself from this poison. He understood that courts are infested with sycophants, and because men are so easily intoxicated by their own ego, they are defenseless against this plague. The echo is the one who validates every breath you take. They nod too vigorously. They laugh too loudly. You are a genius. You are invincible. This feels like loyalty. It is not. It is sedation. A true ally will challenge you. A brother-in-arms will tell you when your strategy is flawed or your conduct is shameful because they value your survival over your feelings. The echo feeds your vanity to blind your reason. As long as you are drunk on their applause, you are malleable. They are purchasing equity in your pride. Observe the one who never dissents. Observe the one who applauds victories you haven't yet won. They are concealing a dagger wrapped in silk. When your crown falls, the echo will be the first to vanish, for their allegiance was never to you, it was to the throne. Archetype 2, the entropy engine. This operative is subtler. This is the friend who is perpetually in a state of catastrophe, always the victim, always the tragedy. And you are the designated savior. You absorb their trauma for hours. You finance their mistakes. You repair their ruins. It mimics a deep bond. We have survived so much. No, you have been harvested. Robert Greene, a modern disciple of Machiavelli, calls this the infector. They are sinking, and they cling to you not to float, but to drag you down so they have a stepping stone. But apply the dark test. What occurs when you are the one bleeding? Suddenly they are occupied. Suddenly the line goes dead, or worse, they listen for 60 seconds and then pivot the narrative back to their own suffering. That's awful. It's just like when they cannot hold space for your agony because your agony yields them no profit. Machiavelli would advise, distance yourself from the unlucky. Not out of cruelty, but because their misfortune is often a contagious variant of stupidity. Archetype 3, the sniper, the whisperer. This is the Brutus of the trio, the most lethal because they are competent. Often your peer, often your rival. They do not assault you in the open field. They utilize plausible deniability. They utilize the poison compliment. Incredible work on that deal. I'm shocked you managed it given how unstable you've been. Did you catch the blade? They applauded the outcome but planted the seed that you are weak. They broadcast your secrets disguised as anxiety. I'm terrified for him, he's spiraling. They are not worried. They are marketing your vulnerability to the tribe. They are sculpting your reputation, chipping away one comment at a time. If you confront them, they deploy gaslighting. You're paranoid. It was a joke. I'm on your team. This is the fog of war. You must clear it. So you have flagged a threat. You suspect the echo. You are drained by the entropy engine. You feel the laceration of the sniper. Do you confront them? Do you scream? No, Machiavelli never acts on passion. He acts on intelligence. You need evidence. You need to run a simulation. Here are 3 psychological stress tests to expose the traitor without them ever realizing they are in the laboratory. Test 1, the victory trap. Amateurs test friends with their pain. Who is there when I fall? Incorrect. Anyone can stand by you when you are broken. Seeing you on your knees makes them feel superior about their own mediocrity. Pity is cheap. If you want to see the face of the demon, feed them your greatest triumph. Tell them you secured the empire. Tell them you found the perfect partner. Then watch the eyes. For a microsecond, the mask will rupture. You will see a flash of coldness, a tightening of the jaw, a dead vacuity. Then the performance resumes. Oh, wow, congratulations. But the frequency is wrong, the pitch is forced. They will immediately puncture the lung. That's great, but the taxes will kill you. I hope she's not crazy like the last one. Oscar Wilde noted, "It requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. If they cannot celebrate your ascent without a caveat, they are an enemy." Machiavelli would simply move them from the asset column to the threat column. Test 2, the silence protocol. Counterfeit friends traffic in information. Intel is their leverage. Cut the supply line. Go dark. Be polite. Be physical, but be opaque. How is business? It's business. What is your next move? Undecided. Watch their reaction to the void. A true friend is at peace with your privacy. A fake friend becomes agitated. They feel the erosion of control. They will pry. They will provoke. They might offer a fabricated secret of their own to trigger reciprocity. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. It is a transaction. If they become hostile when you become private, it is because they were farming you and you just burned the crops. Test 3, the denial of service. The most brutal metric. Deny a small, reasonable request. They ask for a favor, a loan, an hour. Decline with grace. I cannot accommodate that right now. Watch the shift. A friend accepts boundaries. A parasite reacts to no, as if it were a declaration of war. They will weaponize guilt. After all I did for you? Machiavelli knew that relationships built on utility collapse the instant the utility evaporates. If the bond cannot survive a no, it was never a bond. It was a contract, and you just breached it. The tests are complete. The results are conclusive. The person is a fraud. This stings. It triggers the primal fear of abandonment. You will want to rationalize. Maybe they are tired. That is your weakness speaking. That is the denial that precedes ruin. You must look at reality with unblinking reptilian eyes. It is necessary to be a fox to discover the snares and a lion to terrify the wolves. You have been the sheep. Now become the fox. Accept that they do not love you. They love what you provide, and that is acceptable. Once you accept it, you strip them of power. You stop expecting blood from a stone. You stop seeking your reflection in a broken mirror. Do we execute them? Do we ghost them? No. That creates noise. That creates a vendetta. If you must injure a man, do it in such a way that you do not fear his revenge. We need the art of the slow death. Tactic 1, the gray rock, starve them of oxygen. The fake friend feeds on adoration or conflict. Become the most uninteresting object in the universe. When they provoke, do not ignite. Nod. Interesting. Look away. No eye contact. No dopamine hit. You are a gray rock. They poke, you do not bleed. They flatter, you do not beam. If they cannot trigger you, they cannot steer you. They will eventually migrate to a more reactive victim. You haven't made an enemy, you have simply become obsolete. Tactic 2, the Judas position. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. This is not a cliche, it is counterintelligence. If you exile them, you lose sight of them. Keep them at arm's length, close enough to watch their hands, far enough to dodge the blade. Maintain the facade, smile, break bread. But flip the dynamic. You are now a double agent. Feed them disinformation. Tell them plans you will never execute. If that unique lie comes back to you from another source, you have your confirmation. Use them as a tracer round. Tactic 3, the reflective shield. When the sabotage comes, do not defend. Reflect. If they say, you look exhausted, can you really lead this? Do not say, I am fine. That is defensive. Instead, pause. Hold the silence for 3 uncomfortable seconds. Then ask calmly, why would you ask that? Force them to explain their aggression. Oh, I care. I appreciate the concern. End of transmission. You have turned the spotlight back onto their malice. You have signaled that you see the strings. Now you are left with a void, a space where friends used to stand. It feels solitary. Good. Machiavelli wrote his masterpiece in exile, stripped of his rank. In that silence, he became immortal. You must restructure your taxonomy of friendship. Stop casting pearls before swine. Level 1, allies. Transactional partners. Respect them, but do not give them the combination to the safe. Level 2, acquaintances. For leisure. Enjoy the sunny days, but do not expect them to weather the hurricane. Level 3, the brotherhood. The rare few. The ones who gain nothing but stand anyway. The ones who stab you in the front. When you find gold, you defend it with your life. But until then, be comfortable standing alone. The lion walks alone. The sheep huddle because they are terrified. Machiavelli is often branded as evil because he told the truth. He ripped the mask off human nature, self-interest, fear, greed. Seeing this does not make you cynical. It makes you secure. It makes you a dangerous person to abuse. But I leave you with the final, uncomfortable reality. The most dangerous deceiver is not across the table. It is in the mirror. A deceiver will never lack victims. Why do you let them in? Because your ego is starving. Because you need to play the savior to feel valuable. A parasite cannot attach to a healthy host. It attaches to a wound. If you want to be truly untouchable, you must cauterize the parts of you that crave their poison. If you do not need their praise, the echo is mute. If you do not fear their rejection, the sniper has no ammunition. When you master yourself, you become a glitch in their system. They will try to hook you, and they will slide off. The circle is small, the walls are high, the eyes are open. If this broadcast unlocked a door in your mind, understand this is only the surface. There are strategies I cannot share on the open web. There are depths of dark psychology that the algorithm suppresses. Those lie behind the join button. If you are still here, you are not like the herd. Subscribe. But if you want the hidden keys, click the join button and enter the architect level. You will unlock the uncensored archives of the human psyche. Most will not. That is the point.